What's going on, guys? Back to the channel, and we're on the YFZ, as you can see, and it is a little bit wrecked back here. I went to just, it's hot, it's summer, it's like 106 today. I think it's gonna be 106 tomorrow and 107 the next day. So it's like 6 o'clock right now. I wanted to go out for just like a quick rip for an hour. I was like, let me go back to the little play area. I had a hunch it might be a little flooded out back here, but man, it's a little wrecked. There's some mud. We don't want to go through that. Not a sport quad anyway, it'll be covered. We've had a bunch of rain almost every day for the past week, and I heard some knuckleheads out in the desert the other night. Sounded like a side-by-side X3, just probably out here mud bogging, and that's probably what these tracks are from. You can see how they're pretty wide. So I'm gonna go back to that play area, little play area I got that wow man, that's washed out, and see how that looks. Might be a little flooded out there, so might have to switch plans, but regardless, I wanted to get out on it, the machine. I haven't ridden anything, quad, dirt bike, nothing, in probably, sheesh, I don't know, 6 weeks. It's just been, the weather's been brutal. It's either hot, and then when you get a free minute where it's like not that hot, or I get a little bit of free time. I've had a ton going on with the family and stuff lately. So when I get a little free time and I want to go out, it's been, you know, rainstorms, so swarm of bees in there. See what it looks like back here. My hunches, some stuff's gonna be pretty washed out, and that whole back area I usually go play in a little bit, the dirt bike and everything, and this probably gonna be flooded, but whatever. I'm out on the bike. We'll pick our way through the desert here with a little bit of fun. Just get out. I had to hop on something and do something because it's been brutal with haven't been able to ride. Been itching to, but life's been crazy and the weather's been horrible. Here in the summertime, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Too hot or raining. It's one or the other. This one we get most of our rain is the summer, during monsoon season, and this has been a pretty wet one so far. That major flooding that's kind of canceled 2 dirt bike trips on me up in the Flagstaff Prescott area. They've had just been getting hammered with rain, and I wanted to do like a two night camping trip, ride for 2 or 3 days up there, and just every weekend we pick, it's getting rained out. So hopefully we'll get a trip in sooner or later here, but the weather's not been cooperating, and it's not worth the drive up there to risk it, because it is for me it's like 4.5 hours one way. So let's see what this looks like back here. I don't want to get the YFZ full of mud, that's not what it's for. So if it's gross back here, we'll just go somewhere else. I don't mind a little splash, but I don't know. Big mud puddles. So I'm itching to do the exhaust on this thing. Oh yeah, look at that water. Wow. Sheesh. Oh yeah, this whole area is toast. Can't even get down there. Wow. Look at that, huh? My God. See, so if you guys remember some of my other videos, I do a lot of goofing off, like in this area, and we usually drop down in here, or we go in there, we run some laps, and there's a little lower section back over there, but the whole thing is flooded from here to there, which is what it was intended for. It was originally for this trenched out area is for like holding water for cattle, but there's no cattle that graze back here in this area anymore. Back in the day, there used to be a ranch, because there's some remains of a ranch back that way, like an old barn and like some corral areas for the cattle. But yeah, we ain't gonna be riding down there, that's for sure. So unless we got a boat, which we don't got. So onward and upward, they say. Upward that way. See what we got. See if we can get out this way. If not, we're gonna have to turn around. Man, both sides flooded. That with the water being that much, that high, that means even after monsoon season's over, we ain't gonna be getting back there for many weeks. It's gonna take a long time for that to dry out, to go away. Stay on the high ground here. I don't know what it looks like down low. We're good over here. I guess I can leave this area off my list of places to ride and visit for the next foreseeable future. Because that'll be, with this more rain, ton more rain to forecast, monsoon season's just got a couple more months, and that's going to be a marsh back there for forever. So for exhaust, I've been eyeballing some stuff, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I know what I don't want to do. I had the Dasa on my last Raptor, which you guys know. I definitely don't want to go that route of the Dasa Empire or Brassiere, and what's the other one? Monster. I don't want any of those four. They are the loudest by far, and I do not want extremely loud. Nice sound is what I want without being overbearing. The Dasa, after a while, it sounded great, and then after a couple hours of riding, man, I just had a headache. My ears be ringing. So I'm getting old, I guess, but I don't want it that loud anymore. So I was thinking, I was eyeballing maybe just doing an HMF exhaust. I don't know how they, I know people that have them, but I don't know how they compare to the other ones I mentioned. I don't want, if it's going to be that loud, then I don't want that. Considering the Yoshimura again, which I had on my 2020 Raptor, that sounded perfect in my opinion. They're just very expensive systems, but they are built amazing. If any of you want just a quality built system, and you're not shooting for the absolute best horsepower, I don't think there's a system built better than the Yoshimura. I had one on my Raptor for 4 years, and my 2020, and when I got rid of it, it still looked like brand new. I even repacked it after almost 100 hours on it, and the packing was mint. There was still nothing, I didn't even need to do it. So the pipes just built really well. It's like a freaking tank. Buffalo built. So I'm strongly considering that again. I'm not looking for the most horsepower. I'm just looking for, you know, a little bit of wake up, some better sound, and then I haven't figured out what I want to do with the tuning yet. I have 3 options. I can do this. I'm not going to do an air intake for a while. Not right away. So I'm just going to do the exhaust and some type of fuel tuning. So I'm either going to do ECU flash with the EHS Racing, the ECU flash to my Raptor, which was pretty good. I just had a slight bug at idle that I had to fiddle with the TPS sensor to fix it. Other than that, I mean, it ran flawless. So the problem, that's my thing with the ECU flashes, is you send it out to get flashed, they send it back to you, put it in, and if you don't like it 100%, now it's taking the ECU back out, sending it back to them. You know, it's just a hassle. I like something I could fine-tune myself. So that leaves me with just a simple piggyback fuel tuner, which I know people have hit and miss on the YFZs. They work great on a Raptor, but on the YFZ, people say you get like a little bottom end bog, which bone stock the way it is now, it's barely any. And so if it were to stay the same as it is now, I wouldn't be, you know, opposed to it. And then obviously the Vortex is what 90% of people go with, because it completely changes the characteristics of the bike. The way it runs, absolute flawless, you know, it's zero hesitation, you know, razor sharp throttle acceleration. So, you know, that is consideration too. I just don't really want to spend the $900 for a Vortex, whatever the hell it costs. Yeah, I know people in the business, but there's not much discounts on those, because, and even if you know somebody, so you're going to be paying pretty much what everybody pays. So I just don't know if I want to pay that much money, especially if I go to Yoshi, because then it's really big money, because the Yoshimura exhaust is expensive, and we got to go around the crap people dump here. Hopefully there's no nails. And so yeah, so that's where I'm at with the machine. It's definitely going to be done. Whatever I do, it's going to be done by October. That's when dune season starts again. And also I got a trip to Little Tower, Oklahoma with a few of the boys meeting up. So I want to have it done for that. I want to do a couple things to the machine. I want to do that. I want to do a front bumper, and I want to do some frame guards. I think I stuttered when I said that, but I'm testing out some new boots today. You guys likey? With some Leatt 4.5s. I gotta say, initial impressions, they're very comfortable. I am coming off a set of cheapy boots. When I say cheapy boots, I don't mean like, you know, garbage, but they're like entry-level boots. I had MSR. They were like a $110 boot. I had them for 4 years. And it was getting time where they were kind of really like where you flex your ankle, because there's no hinge systems on those, because they're cheap boots. They were getting a little bit cracking on the plastic there where it flexes. I'm not going to go that way, because I already went around it before. There's some big deep puddles. And so I was saying about the boots, they were getting some cracking. Oh boy. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Where like you flex your ankle, and the soles were getting chewed up finally. You know, I used a ton of hours on those boots, zero complaints for $110. If you're just looking for a cheap pair of boots, you don't ride a ton, and you're not riding too crazy, looking to spend a lot of money, I highly recommend those boots. But I think I'm gonna get new boots. I want to step up something a little bit better quality this time around, especially since I've been riding a dirt bike a lot. You know, I don't need broken ankles and stuff. At almost 50 years old, so I need to step it up a little bit. So like a $300 level boot. So that's what I got. These 4.5 Leatts, and these are the enduros, and they're really comfortable. They got the hinge system inside and outside, so they flex really nice right out of the box. This is my first ride on them. I mean, I goofed around in the backyard with my son on my dirt bike. He just got a new dirt bike, if you guys haven't seen. But so I was goofing around just in the backyard a little bit with wearing them. That was it, like 30 minutes putting around in the backyard of the property. This is like actually the first ride with them. They feel really nice, man. They're comfortable. I can shift. A lot of times boots right out of the box are really stiff. And the reason why I went with the Leatt 4.5s, besides they're cheaper than the 5.5s, 5.5s are stiffer than the 4.5s. So take that in consideration if you're shopping and you're like, oh, well, I'll just get the 5.5s for $100 more. They are stiffer. Just realize that. And we are in a spot where a couple weeks ago there was a kid on a YFZ, on his YFZ riding off-road with his friends. His friends were in a pickup truck or something, and so he was way ahead of him. And from my understanding, he was somewhere around here or the area where we were. I'm not 100% exactly sure. I just know the intersection. And supposedly, a couple guys pulled up in a razor, kind of cut him off, put a gun on him, and stole his YFZ. Crazy enough as that sounds, usually you don't hear about stuff like that around here. So it was pretty shocking to read. And there's a lot of kids in my neighborhood that come out here ride So that was kind of scary to hear. So I'm out here now, and somebody jumps out of the bushes, I'm running them over. But yeah, so you gotta watch where you're going everywhere nowadays, I guess. There's nut jobs all over. Supposedly they caught, I don't know if they caught the guys. The last update I seen, I haven't been paying too much attention lately, but last update I seen is they got a tip on an address, resident address. They went to the residence address, nobody was home, but they did recover the quad from that address. So my hunch is they know who the people are, and if they haven't already caught them, they will. If they had an address, then chances are they know who did it. So good. I like to see people like that get arrested, especially you're holding up a kid at gunpoint, steals quad. Not cool. That's not cool to do with anybody, but you're a real piece of shit, you know. But there's plenty of those around. We all know that. And this is where there's a wash here. You can see the water run through in the rains. You see how it's all crusty? It's not even wet anymore. That's how fast the water dries. So like, aside from the standing water, as much rain as we've had, this is just all dust still. Again. Like, look at that. It's cloud. Crazy. See, nobody's been back here though with the rain. Not a single tire track. And is this gate here open? There's been like a barbed wire gate here, which I can't pull up slow to because God forbid it's across, you don't see it, man, kill yourself, decapitate yourself, riding through it. It feels good to be out, man. It's still hot as hell right now, but when you're moving and you got a breeze, although albeit a hot breeze, it's not bad. It's just kind of bad when you're riding really slow and the heat's coming off the bike at that point. But when you're moving a little bit, it's okay. The sun's kind of down at an angle enough now where it's not roasting. The air is still hot. It's going to be 90s like right through to midnight. That's how hot it's been. I think I can get around here. Yeah. I don't want to have to turn around. Yeah. We're alright. We're alright. I don't have any skid plates on, so I gotta kind of be careful going off the trail. Well, I have the stock skid plate, but that's like paper mache. Doesn't really do nothing. That's where a lot of people end up doing damage, is you go off the trail where there's some like overgrown brush or something, and you drive over it, you don't realize it's like a stump or a rock or something. And that's just bust right through your stock skid plate. Crack your case or something, cause some damage, bend your frame. It happens to a lot of people, so I'm always cautious going off the trail, off the beaten path. You know, you gotta watch. Hopefully not too much flooding up at the end here. I got one more spot. Let's see if I can get around here. Ugh, if I had the dirt bike, I could zip right around that. It's green and nasty too. Maybe we can straddle this. Eesh, nasty. Oh, God almighty. Look at that mess. Sheesh. Oh, she needed a bath anyway from the dust. It was really dusty, but now gonna need a bath now, that's for sure. Alright. Well, we got a little mud on us, what are we gonna do? Hey, this thing rips, dude, for stock machine. It's pretty impressive. Once you're off idle, the throttle response is instantaneous on this machine. I didn't wear my gloves. I don't know why. I got the suspension nice and soft, like just the high speed, click down quite a bit. I got them 2 turns out, front and rear. Oh man, it's really not bad at all. I'm sitting down through most of this, and this is all, none of this is flat. It's all very bumpy. Rocks rotted out. And washboard, you know. Now I'm just cruising right now. It's comfortable. It's not that bad. You can cruise the YFZ, trail cruise it, you know, soften up the suspension a little bit. I think if you're a really light rider, you're gonna have a problem because it is, you know, pretty stiff as opposed to like a Raptor or something. But you know, I'm about $167. With suspension weight, I got it. It's not bad at all. Jeez, man, it's really rutted out. The idiots in the side-by-sides come out here when it rains, after a rain, and they think, you know, it's so fun to just come out here and tear up the ground and make ruts. You know, side-by-side and do donuts. That's when I've seen them out here upside down on their roof because they're out there, a bunch of idiots doing stupid stuff. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. I gotta stop, take a water break. And I don't know what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna go putt around a little bit more. There used to be a cool little jump over here. I can't find it right now. Nothing crazy, but little one. That's good for Nitro Joe, the little ones, you know? Well, stop taking a break. I heard a bunch of yelling out over here. I don't know what the hell's going on. Sound like a bunch of kids. Look at all these saguaro cactuses, huh? You guys never been in Arizona. These are all been moved here. So like when they build the houses and stuff, they have to move them. And they relocate them, so they relocated just a whole bunch right here. And some of them have tags on them, so what they'll do is like they'll replant them in certain places in the town, like, but they don't just bulldoze them. And those things are old, man, those saguaros. And this is the only place in the world they grow. So if you ever see like a movie or something where it's got those big saguaro cactuses with the arms and stuff, those are really old ones. And that means it was filmed in Arizona because that's the only place we have them. And it's only this region of Arizona. So it's like the southern part of Arizona. You go up north and there's not as many, but there's none actually. Like south of Phoenix you gotta be, and mostly around Tucson is where they are. It's a saguaro like national forest or something. And that's, you know, this is the main area for them. Some of them are gigantic. When they get those big arms off them, they don't start growing arms till they're at least 30 to 40 years old. So you're seeing with a couple arms and they're big ones, that means there's some of these cactuses are a couple hundred years old. I had one in my front yard that I wanted gone. So we got a company that comes, like a nursery. They specialize in cactus and they remove it for you, and then they'll relocate it. And so he was giving me quite an education on him, the guy. See, I'm like bogging this thing right now. It's not bad. I'm like third gear, going really slow. The thing is, like, you see when you come out of it like that, the Raptor would just be like torque animal right there. But you don't got that with this machine. That's the thing. You got to get the R's up a little bit to get the power. You know, you can't just bog it and have a bunch of torque. It doesn't work like a Raptor does with that in that regard. So you can bog it down low, but you're just not going to have the power there. That's the thing. So depending on what you want to do, let's go scoot back here for a minute. I come back here with the dirt bike once in a while, never really with the quad. As you can see, a lot of people come back here with dirt bikes. There's like a mine or something. I don't know what the hell they mine over here, to be quite honest. But there's a lot of people come back here, I think, when they close and goof around. Yeah, you can see down there, the mine. I'll pull up over here, I'll show you guys if I can get close enough. Yeah, it's like, I think I can get up over here. Yeah, see. I don't know what the hell they're digging over here, to be honest with you. They might just be refining, like, stuff they take from the mines. I don't really know what they do here, to be quite honest. It's just topsoil in here. I don't see any dirt, like, that anything, like, they'd be mining for in this spot. So, who knows? But we are gonna turn around and get out. Railroad tracks right here. That's just for cargo trains. When those trains go by, dude, they're like hundreds of cars attached. You get caught at the light on the road with one of those coming through, you might as well put the car in park, because you'll be stuck behind it. Sometimes if you catch it right in the beginning, it'll be a good 20 minutes. My wife's like a magnet for those things. There's this one way up to Tucson, like the back way, not taking the freeway. We'll take once in a while if we're going on the east side of town. And I swear to God, every time she's in the car with me, or every time she goes up by herself, we get caught at that train, or she gets caught at that train. And when I go by myself, I don't get caught at the train. I don't get it. They told her, she's, if I'm in a rush, I'm not taking you. I can't wait for dune season, man. Cools off. I'm itching to get, get the quad out on some soft sand. That's where I really like to ride it. I'm getting like, I don't know, with riding it in the desert, it's just so rough, and rocky, and hard ground, and rutted. It's like, I kind of miss, I'm from back east, I miss riding in the trees, like in the woods, where the ground's good, you got good dirt. Out here it's just rocks and dust, it's constantly dust, dry. This is like slippery, zero traction conditions. The top of the ground is so dry. You just spin the tires, doesn't matter. I mean, there's no traction ever. So, I don't know, I'm just getting a little bored of riding in the desert, to be honest. This needs to go to ride new places, probably is what it is. But I'm so convenient living where I live. I just come out of my driveway and I ride. That makes it hard for me to want to load up and go anywhere. Unless it's something really good. I gotta go through this mud hole again. I think the other one we were able to go around, so just this one. Sheesh. Scott, you be crying right now. I know you don't like the mud. I mean, you don't like anything right now. You're riding it. Scott, my buddy on my channel, has that Husky 300, man. Now, you guys should hit up his channel, Dune and Dirt. See if he's interested in selling that Husky, because he's been riding this girly bicycle for a while now. And his dirt bike's been sitting in the garage, so I've been kind of making fun of him. So, it's an electric powered mountain bike, or electric assist mountain bike. I don't know. To me, it's not my thing, but you know, Scott's into that, you know, riding those and wearing dresses lately, so more power to him. I still love you, buddy. Still love you, buddy. Just, you know, keep your priorities and your preferences away from me, that's all. You want to take your dirt bike out in your Jeep, we'll talk about that, but no girly e-bikes. My son got a more manly bike than him now. I don't know if you guys seen, but he got a nice electric dirt bike. I'm not into electric anything, to be honest with you, guys know me. But his little, he's got a 60 volt Strike Shadow. I posted a little video of it on the channel. He's never ridden a dirt bike and he's just killing it, dude. He's ripping in the backyard right now when I left. His next door neighbor has a one of those bikes, different brand, and a kid down the block, same thing, different brand, and they were all doing a ride out in the neighborhood, you know, coming down the block and then riding in my backyard and the neighbor's backyard. They have like a little track they built with a berm in the back, and so it's good, man. It keeps them off the video games. But yeah, he's got a more manly bike than Scott, so that's a shame, you know. Just breaking your chops, Scott. We know we love you still. Actually, Scott met us at the dealer when we picked up my son's bike because he knows the owner over there. We were at Screwy Louie's up in Phoenix and picked it up. He sells like every brand of those electric dirt bikes, like Suron, Polaria, the Strike Shadow. My son's got a couple other ones. Any of the quality ones he'll sell. And he's got quite a selection, so I mean, if you're into that type of thing, check him out. He also sells Husqvarna. That's where Scott got his Husky from. Which he needs to get out on and ride. And I'm gonna probably take my bike out this weekend, even though it's gonna be hot, but I want to try and get out. I got a neighbor that wants to do a ride with me. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and maybe do that with him. I don't know, we'll see. Depends what time he wants to get out. I don't like early. Yeah, even going fast and hitting these little washouts and ruts. You know, you get a little air even, and the suspension at 2 full turns out, it doesn't feel at all like it's gonna bottom. It's got plenty of hold up in it. So definitely not bad as far as comfort goes. More crap out in the desert here. This is the other problem. In the desert, as you get these knuckleheads, they just come out here and dump their trash, you know. Get out of the cloud I just made. Look at that sunset right behind the mines over there. You hear that? 100 something degrees. And I was just doing donuts and the fan's not even on. So runs good stock, dude. I'm telling you, pick yourself up one if you're interested, if you're thinking about it. You know, you don't need to do nothing right out of the box. They run really good stock. So that's it, guys. Enjoy that little sunset we got there in the horizon. Showed Odyssey Off-Road. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't, and check out the links in the video description. Help support the channel. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.